All right, we find ourselves here at the Shanghai International Circuit for round 3 of this next season of the Breakout Racing League. Last week, we come off a race where New Zealand Ryan and a good other few drivers, including Chandler Seda, finally made their debuts on the season after missing the initial first round at Australia. And it was he who came away victorious, New Zealand Ryan was, as he now sits 5th in the point standings with his 25 points. And actually, it's a three-way tie right now on 25 points between 3rd and 5th, between he, BRL Jarrett, as well as ERS Ham Newton. So tonight, just a continuation of that story. We're going to see how these guys are able to shuffle down the order here on the point standings. Very early in the season indeed, but it's something we want to follow nonetheless. I'm Danny Stevens alongside John Webster here tonight. Dylan is out for some reason. He's here, and we welcome you to this race. How you doing, John?
I'm doing fantastic. We got a good one in store tonight here in BRL at Shanghai International Circuit, man. This is about to be crazy.
It sure is. Yeah, after winning last week, I was speaking with New Zealand Ryan, and he really, really likes this racetrack and claims he's going to be something to watch out for here tonight. So that's very frightening because I thought he was already pretty damn good last week at Bahrain, and he claims he's better here. So we'll see what he can do. As per usual, the McLarens are the first two out. This has been the same way it's been the last couple races. They're the first ones out in their out lap, and they have yet to actually deliver any points, I believe. Yeah, they've both DNF'd in both of the last two races. They need to get their season on track here tonight, do EGC Sparky and Boss Cookie, but see if they can turn it around here at China.
You know, that's a real shame. I'll bet on them. I bet they do come out tonight, McLaren. I think they'll get a points finish. I think both cars will be in the points tonight. You know?
Yes. Yes, it's something else interesting to mention is BRL Jarrett, after dominating the opening race at Australia, he was able to take advantage of those other high caliber drivers, their absence. He won that race, but was involved in an accident last week with B-Dunk. And I'll correct my error here. Missed exactly what happened. I'll get the story straight. B-Dunk actually did tag Jarrett in the final corner, and that started that incident on that lap in the final corner late in the race, and that caused him to lose some of his wing there, and he had to pit, and he ended up not finishing in the points position. So so it looks like that capitalization that he was able to get on the field after winning at Melbourne, he wasn't able to follow it up, and now he's right on par with New Zealand Ryan, who's competed in one last race. So he's going to want to try and get the season back in the right direction here tonight after that race. But yeah, do you think he can do it?
It looks like the two McLarens have started their hot laps. They're going around the first sector.
Yep, as is Jared right there in his Renault, number 12. Sees Alderford Jr. is out. He's about to cross the line as well. Once again, early in the session here. It is possible to one-stop from the soft, as it is in most races, but it is going to be very difficult here at China. This track does tend to rip apart tires. Ooh, as Alderford gets a bit wide there in the first corner. He's on his hard compound tires. Yes, expect a lot of drivers to be setting lap times early on the hard compound tire because it sets them up to go faster on the mediums later in the session.
That is the
for all we know, there
strategy.
could always be someone trying to put on the softs. So
The preferred. I was looking at the preferred strategy earlier, Danny, and actually it said that the mediums to the hards were 8 seconds quicker than the softs to the hards. Now, the mediums to the hards, they're a lot more. They're a harder compounded tire, so they can go longer, and you never know. You never know the amount of different strategies people could do. You never know about the safety car incident, or it's a guessing game here at China.
Yeah, for sure. As we ride on board Chandler Seda here going down the back straightaway, he's actually picking up a toe on the Haas ahead on his hot lap. Looks like that's going to be a bit unfair to the rest of the field there, as he was able to get a long straightaway worth of slipstream, as now he is coming up to the final corner. I believe this is his lap. Yes, it is, as he brakes hard into the final corner. Let's see what he can do as he crosses the line. Open the DRS is. Across the line comes Chandler Seda. To the top he goes at a 2.9. So
very
good lap.
Out of Chandler.
For sure, especially on those hard compound tires. Once again, he got a big toe off. I believe it was Mean Fern going down the back straightaway. Yes, it was Mean Fern. He's the only Haas out there right now. So he's going to have to write him a letter of thanks after that one.
On the hards in 7th. Boss Cookie had a pretty good lap. It seemed pretty clean throughout all sectors.
To be only 2/10 off of Chandler Sato is a very good driver. That is very good for Boss Good. And also something I should mention, I didn't realize this last time out at Bahrain, is Chandler is dealing with a new wheel and he's just trying to get used to it. So he's not at the pace he was with his old one just yet, but he's on his way up there.
VSR Draxler, or Drax.
That's VSR Dralex goes up to the top at 132.8. So well done by him here early. Wonder if he actually got a tow himself or... You got it, John. Well, either way, he goes to the top at 132.8, and that's a very good time, seeing as I don't believe he got a tow as Chandler did, so well done by him to be up there right now. We see Warden actually, as we said, someone might throw on those softs. It looks like Warden is going to be the guy to do that. Hasn't set the lap time yet, but here he is starting a lap on those soft compound tires. Let's see what he can do in those.
Oh, and Saxman loses the car going into Sector 2. Wow. What a save! Not gonna lie, he was going crazy, man. The Saxman 24 looks like he has backed off on this lap.
It looks like he's actually still pushing. I mean, it is very difficult to set a good lap time here on these hards because they got a lot less grip than the other two compounds. But good job by him to hold on to it. And wish I'd caught that. As we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Just hope that's someone getting out of the way. Yeah, it looks like it's just a racing point of Andre Miri getting out of the way. I think it was a Red Bull there, not entirely sure.
Now, Danny,
never mind. That was mean.
Do you think the hard tire? Do you think that could take maybe 2 to 3 laps here to warm up before it reaches the max potential for these hot laps that these drivers are on?
It actually is really interesting you said that because last week at Bahrain, a good few drivers went out for a second lap on those hards and they did go faster. So whether that'll translate over here to China, I'm not entirely sure, but it did at Bahrain. Meatfern goes a bit wide there. I don't believe he's on his lap time. But either way, that was wide nonetheless as Saxman crosses the line at 135.1. So yeah, he definitely slid, as you mentioned, on that lap to be that far off the pace. As interestingly enough, Jared still hasn't set a lap time as he's now starting a lap right there. Ham Newton is on his lap.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
on a lap as well.
Ham Newton is coming down the long straightaway, and he's going to be braking for the hairpin here soon. He was very, very smooth through the hairpin.
Yep, here's Jared coming out of turn number 2 right there. He's on his hot lap. We'll pay attention to ERS Ham Newton as he comes to the final corner to start finish his lap time. My apologies. Here he is coming across the line right here with the DRS wide open, and he moves up to 3rd place at 132.9.
Right behind his
both
teammate.
of the Rocket Williams, the Williams are very, very good right now. Locking out the final 2 spots on the podium to start this race. Let's see if they can hold on to that as Chandler Sato goes even faster. Wow. Yeah, so there he is doing another lap on those hards. Looks like the hards do gain pace after a couple laps when you get more temperature in them. So well done by Chandler Sato to improve on that time he had already done earlier.
BRL Jared really, really struggled through Sector 2 there. He slid all over the track through the the double left-hander. So he's entering the banked corner. Oh, he backed off now as he goes down the straightaway.
Yeah, as you're following that story, I'm actually keeping up with Warden here. That was a dummy lap. His VSR Dralex goes even faster, 132.5. But Warden, he was just dummying a lap right there. He pulled in the pits. He's out there on hards right now, so it looks like he's going to be going for that one-stop strategy from mediums to hards, or he may just stick with the lap time on the hards. We don't know yet, but either way, that's bad for Jared if he really did back out of it, did he?
Yeah, he did back out of it. He's going to go again, I think. B-Dunk is coming.
Yeah, he was coming across the line, I guess, to start his line. Yeah, he definitely did back out of that.
Oh no, B-Dunk's backing out. Oh, he's starting a new lap. Okay, so BRL Jared and B-Dunk both messed up and are setting new lap times.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, I think Mean Fern is also on a lap right here. 134.7 is a bit slow. I think he did make a mistake. It doesn't look like maybe he's doing a lap here. We'll see what happens if he pulls in the pits or not. No, looks like he's going to cross the line, so maybe this is a lap for Mean Fern as he runs wide out of the final corner. Across the line, and yes, it is a new lap for him. 9th place now at 133.7, so well done by Mean Fern to improve on his lap time from before.
This is kind of surprising. New Zealand Venom is down there in 15th. I mean, he's on a lap now.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, for sure. He is second in the points right now, 27 points. He
and New Zealand Ryan
back off his teammate Dralex at 36.
Oh
yeah, there it is. Danny. New Zealand Ryan up to the top. New Zealand Ryan up to the top at a 132.4. So well done by him on the hard tires. Almost said the mediums. The white wall still confuses me sometimes, but there he is up to the top at a 132.4. Well done by Ryan here early, but once again, this is not the end of qualifying. We still got 8 minutes left to go, so the pole has yet to be decided.
Venom looks like he's on a cracking lap right now. I think he went purple sector 1. Oh, but he went wide.
He actually runs wide there. Looks like we gave him the commentator's curse.
Yeah, commentator's curse.
But either way, here he is entering the 3rd sector. Let's see what he can do as he now enters the reverse spoon sector.
BRL
Jared now goes to the
beats
top
his
at a 132.4. Well done by Jared there, yeah. This looks like he was kind of quiet here early in the session, but now he's answering that quietness with a bang right up to the top of 132.4.
It looks like those two Renaults, man, they're really, really strong this weekend. It's going to be interesting to see who can beat them. And Bidon goes 5th with a 132.7. Not a bad time.
Well, here
for
comes
Bidon.
Venom out of the hairpin. Struggles to put the power down a little bit as he fishtails a slight bit as he now enters the final corner. Easy on the brakes into the 90-degree left. Runs a bit wide, not too wide to give him a validation. Across the line, and it's 8th place for Venom. Yeah, so definitely not something he's going to be happy with. He went on pole last week in Bahrain. To be an 8th here at China is definitely going to be not to his liking for sure.
And Warden is coming up to the finish line right now. He did look a little slidey.
Here he is out of the final corner. Ooh, a bit wide.
Down,
he's got the DRS open, and across the line he is up to 7th place, 133.0. So 6/10 off the pole provisionally right now. Maybe not the best lap by Warden, but either way, he's solidly in the points position so far.
I think BRL help me out here.
Alderfer Jr.
Alderfer Jr. He's on a lap right now. He's going through Sector 2. He's just starting Sector 2, actually, going through the long, sweeping left-hander.
Oh, he is on the mediums, yeah.
Yes, he is.
He looks like, yeah, BRL Alderfer Jr. will be the first to make a run on these mediums. Let's see what he can do. Let's actually ride on board with him, why don't we? Here he is coming through the kink, about to enter the 3rd sector. Oh, as he runs a bit wide with some oversteer there. That's going to be the end of that lap for sure. I wouldn't be too surprised to be backed out of it, but it looks like he's still going for it. We'll see what he does, actually, as this lap continues.
I'm going to
be honest. Yellow flag, Sector 3.
I thought that was an invalidation there. You know, he went completely off the track. I'm surprised, that he's staying with his lap and not backing off.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're just sliding out there, it kind of just gives it to you and realizes you lost time. It doesn't cancel your lap, but for all we know, it could be canceled. We'll see what it does as he crosses the line. He should be approaching the final corner here shortly. Yes, he is, as he's exiting the hairpin. Here he is. Let's see if he actually completes this. Yes, he does. Down the front straightaway is Alderfer Jr. opening the DRS across the line, and he does go up to 6th place, so he does improve on that, even though he had that massive slide. But, yeah, definitely not good enough to be making a run for pole here. As he's
Warden's
coming
around. Warden's doing another lap, and he goes... Oh, he went slower.
Yeah, he did go slower. So it looks like Warren did try to go for 2 laps there on the hards. Yeah, I do think you have to... you have to come back in and recharge the battery there if you want to do another lap. It kind of runs out there on you in that 2nd lap.
And drivers are switching to the medium tire, which is quite surprising. This could shake up the grid and shake up the strategies completely. Hooplicious is out there right now in the Alpha going through Sector 2. He's on the medium tire.
Yes, looks like Alderfer Jr. has started the wave of medium tire runners. This is something we expected to see with a lot of these guys doing the hards early. It means that they were setting themselves up for that medium run here late in the session. Here he is entering the 3rd sector as Hoopalicious. Let's see. Oh, as he actually cuts the grass a little bit there, but either way, he looks like he's going to continue on with his lap. He is proceeding onto the back straightaway. This is a tough corner to not run wide on, and he does well at keeping it within the white lines. He's going to open that DRS shortly and finish out his lap time. There it is, open the DRS, and he's going to try and actually get a toe off the Williams up ahead. May not be close enough to get too much of a toe, but what were you saying about Saxman?
Saxman's on a lap too, as well as Steezy.
All right, well, either way, here comes Hoopalicious in the Alfa Romeo through the final corner. He's going to be opening that DRS for the final time as he crosses the line with 4 minutes left in the session. Here he is up to 3rd place as Hoopalicious has a 132.5. Once again, to still be a 10th down on a compound softer. That may be not what he's hoping to get here, but either way, it's still early. There's still 4 minutes left, so if he wants, he can probably come in and recharge the battery up and make another run at it. As we see some of these other guys, Chandler Seda's now out there on his mediums. He is on his lap on the mediums. We still see Jared and Ryan are still in the pits.
Steezy is coming around the final corner. He's last place, and he moves up out of the drop zone. He moves to 14th with a 133.6. All power to him. It's a good lap.
It's a short qualifying session, John. There's no drop zone.
Oh, Yes. Hey.
Well, either way, it's 14th place for Steezy here. Yeah, he's definitely going to want to try and get his season up. Actually, he had a decent way last weekend. He finished, I believe that was 9th place for him. He currently has 2 points on his championship tally. He's going to try and add to that here this weekend.
And
Being
Saxman
outside the points isn't the way you want to do that, but we'll see what he can do. The Saxman, yeah, serious Saxman coming across the line, and there he is up into 3rd place. Wow. Well done by Saxman. Yeah, he did show in Melbourne that he does have some pretty good pace as he finished well in the points that weekend. And there he is up in 3rd so far. So good job by him in the Toro Rosso here early. And yeah, we got 2 minutes 50 seconds left. So it looks like we're gonna see these guys coming out for these final runs here on those medium compound tires, possibly even the softs, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, these guys, they're gonna start these final pushes here. So Boss Cookie, you were saying, is out there. Yes, he is. He is now on his lap time. I believe Chandler Seda should be coming across the line here shortly. Actually looks like he backed out of it. I don't think the lap that he was doing initially is up to his liking. As across the line, yeah, he did not improve. So this is going to be Chandler Seda's lap time. So you see VSR Dralix is doing his outlap now. Looks like Jared and Ryan are satisfied with their times on the hards. It's a bit late. Oh, actually, never mind. Here they are coming out of the pits. This is going to be very tight. There's 2 minutes and 5 seconds leaving the pits right now if they're going to want to start a lap time. But either way, it looks like they're going to try and go for it.
Andre.
What happened to Andre?
Oh, man. He lost it going through the baking turn. He was very close in spinning. He saved it, though. It's absolutely ruined his lap, but I think he was on a pretty good lap, too. You know, I think he was originally on the hards, and he put the mediums on, so he has time to go another go, but...
And as you're saying that, Chandler Seda's on his lap time right there. As he spins out in the chicane. Oh, not the chicane, it's the kink. It's a double left-hander entering the 3rd sector, and that's going to be the end of his session. He's going to have to settle for a 132.6 on the hard compound tires. Not enough time here to get in the pits and put on another set of tires. So it's a heartbreak for Chandler here early in the weekend. It's not even the race, and it's already spit out. So
and Boss Cookie's coming up to the line. Let's see if he can improve. And he goes to pole.
Yes, he does, a 131.7. So currently a 131.7 provisional pole for Boss Cookie. Definitely what the McLarens needed. But is it enough to beat out Jared and New Zealand and Ryan, who were very fast on those hards?
The two Renaults
see what that stands up.
The two Renaults on this outlap are very, very close to each other. Now they're backing off, but they were really, really close to each other.
Yes, Hoopalicious retires from the session. He's satisfied with his lap time. As we see, VSR Dralix is now coming into the 3rd sector. He's sporting that number 24 in his car, so possibly a Kobe Bryant tribute there. So we'll pay our respects real quickly for Kobe Bryant, who we lost in the last week between last week's race and tonight.
Oh, and Mean
nice by Dralix to have that number on the car.
What a
Mean
lap.
Fern up to 2nd in his Haas, so 132.3. So good job by him. I mean, he's only 1/10 faster than Jared, who is on the hard, so I don't think that's going to be enough to keep him up in that 2nd position. As we see, like Jared is now starting his lap time, and New Zealand Ryan is already on his lap time as well.
VSR Draxla, or Drax. Oh,
yeah, there he is. Dralix across the line, a 131.4. So that's now a provisional pole for VSR Dralix, who I believe he has started 2nd and 3rd over the course of the last 2 weekends, and he's currently your points leader at 36 points. So he's going to try and continue his form here in qualifying into the race this weekend in China. We see some of these other guys are going to be crossing the line here shortly. As we see the Renaults of Jared and Ryan are currently on their laps. See Chandler Seda, yeah, his session. It looks like he actually might have decided to go for another lap time here. I don't think it should be good. This is his 3rd lap on the mediums, I believe. But yeah, I mean, let's see what it does as he comes across the line. We see some of these other guys. Aldifer Jr. is getting onto the back straight. Aldifer is on the softs. So it looks like he's just going to go for track position over strategy in this race, as he's actually getting a tow off of the Renault ahead of New Zealand Ryan.
Major tow right now. What a play by him. B-Dunk is also on a flyer right now through Sector 2 and beginning of Sector 3. He's entering the back straightaway now.
Oh, I have to interrupt you here quickly as we got coming around the final corners. New Zealand Ryan ran a bit wide in the hairpin across the line, and he is up at a 2nd place. So a 131.5, but then Aldifer Jr. immediately answers it at a 131.2 on those soft compound tires. That was a bit expected. He had a massive tow on softer tires. So currently it's pole position for Aldifer Jr. as Jared crosses the line. He only goes up to 6th place at a 131.7. We see some of the other guys starting to cross. B-Dunk does back out of it, so it looks like that's going to be the end of his session as Saxman
Looks like
13th now.
Mean Fern's
Yeah,
backed
Deer
out
Hunter
of
up
it.
to 12th. He did a 132.5 in his Red Bull. Yeah, and it looks like that's going to be the end of our session here. Yep, that's it. No more drivers are crossing the line here. It is pole position for Alderfer Jr., who surprises us with those soft compound tires there right at the end of the session. He's the only one in the top 10 that's going to start on those tires, yeah.
It should be interesting to see how quick he is at the start of the race compared to the people behind him all on medium tires, If he can open up a gap, it could be interesting. I mean, look at that. He's the only one on soft tires, so it should be interesting to see how long
there you have it,
last.
folks. 131.2 for BRL Alderfer Jr. He is your pole sitter here at the Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese Grand Prix. Second place, we have VSR Dralix, who is still yet to get that elusive pole position, but he was very close here today, starting in second at a 131.4. And New Zealand Ryan rounds out the podium positions here in qualifying at a 131.5. So very tight grid when you go past the soft compound tires, very close between these top several drivers on the medium compound tires. We're in for a good race here tonight for sure. All right, so here we are loading now into the race session. Just something to keep an eye on here. It is currently the Mercedes who are leading the constructors early in the season, as both Mercedes drivers are atop the driver standings here at 36 points and 27. Yeah, so that comes to a total of yeah, the way just looking at this right here, it looks
now,
like
Danny,
they are your constructors leaders for sure.
Danny, is everybody running the number 24 in memory of Kobe Bryant for this race?
No, I don't believe so. I saw someone in the 12.
Oh, okay.
I think either way, it's just like a nice touch there. I think it was the Mercedes running it.
Yeah,
I didn't exactly see. Yeah,
the,
Venom, I believe.
The Haas of Mean Fern. He's rocking the number 24.
Oh, is he also 25? Okay, yeah. So it looks like we have a good couple drivers running that number here tonight, which is very special. But either way, before we get this thing started here and we enter the formation lap, this is where we can make our predictions for who's our one to watch here tonight. So, John, who do you think our viewers at home should look out for?
To be honest, it's going to be an interesting race. Anything can go on. There could be a safety car at any moment here at China. It also could rain. I don't know the weather forecast. But I think someone to watch. I think Saxman. Saxman showed a little bit of pace. I know he's starting down in 13th, but hey, anything can happen. I'm also looking at ERS Ham Newton. I know he's a very, very quick driver. I've raced with him many times before, and he's starting 7th. So I'm interested to see what he can do and come through the field and see where he finishes. Danny, how about you?
Someone I think is going to be very interesting to watch here tonight is definitely Alderfer Jr. They're on pole position on those soft compound tires. That's a tire that the rest of the grid has kindly stood away from this whole weekend here, and he's the only one who's going to start on them, I believe. So I want to see if he can hold on to that lead as that tire wear starts to kick in, and see if he can maybe get an undercut when he pits earlier than these guys on those hards and be able to hold on to that lead as they're still out on their medium. So.
And Danny,
it's actually pulling away here on the formation lap. That's very interesting.
Danny, I just got some intel that actually Deer Hunter and B-Dunk have chosen the hard tire to start out in the race.
Yes, they did. Yes, looks like they're going to be going long here early in the first stint. Yeah, and interestingly enough, Warden, Andre, and Steezy all chose the mediums when they also could have put on those hards. So it looks like some guys just want to get that faster tire out of the way early. Seeing as the hards do last, and what a sight that is, watching all these guys weave down the straightaway. No Kimi Räikkönen's, that's for sure. But yeah. Here they are coming through the hairpin here. This final moments here, butterflies in some of these guys' stomachs probably, as this is a very, very fast corner where there could definitely be a lot of contact the first corner here for sure. So here they are, they're about to be lining up on the grid.
Actually, in 2007 when Lewis Hamilton went out and cost the championship, he went out in the pit lane. I'm interested to see if anyone makes that big of a mistake and gets terminal damage in the pit lane if they're pitting. So
definitely something we should have mentioned. It is a very tricky pit lane to enter into. There's no real braking point to use to mark where you want to slow down for that tight left-hander, but we'll see if anyone figures that out here tonight. As the final drivers, the 2 race points are rounding out our grid here and setting up. We are ready to go racing here at the Shanghai International Circuit. Here we go. The 5 lights are coming on ahead of the drivers.
Yeah, they're off.
And it is now time to bring the action. It's a good start there for Dralix in second place. He's actually alongside. Never mind, in the second phase, Alderfer is able to hold. Oh, there's now contact between the Renault
New Zealand Ryan.
Yeah, wow. Those are second and third place runners out in the first corner. We've got more contact on the rest of the grid as Alderfer's driving away from second place of Boss Cookie. That was a nightmare there for VSR Dralix, as well as the second place runner there was. Oh, man. What a start we have early, as it looks like B-Dunk there got very loose coming out of the second corner on those hard compound tires. He's now under fire from Stevie going into the fourth corner, I believe this is.
Hooplicious and Chandler made contact. I don't know if Chandler lost any of his front wing, but Hooplicious just dove down the inside of Chandler. That was some pretty big contact. I don't know. We got
a lot of contact for sure here early. We have some good teammate battles right now between the Williams as well as the Ferraris behind them. A lot of contact early indeed, as we see Alderfer is still your leader up in first in his Red Bull. He's 4/10 ahead of Boss Cookie, who's actually came out of that very good here. Boss Cookie did, as he's now in second place, as well as Jared, who's now in the podium position of third. So I believe it was New Zealand Ryan and Dralix who made the contact in the first corner. Once again, a very fast corner where you have to turn in sharply into that inside lane. It looks like he misjudged it and came down on
it looks like Boss Cookie is trying to go.
Yeah, Boss Cookie's shaping up a move for the lead as he even touches the grass there. As the camera now goes away from it. There they are, side by side to the hairpin. And into the lead goes Boss Cookie. So Boss Cookie is your leader here early, coming up to lead lap 1.
And BRL Jared is alongside him too. Oh, but he has to back out. But he might get this run down the straightaway. It should be interesting. Poor VSR.
Yes, BRL Jared now making a move to the left side here of Alderfer Jr. He is going to be clear of him before they even get to the first corner. So well done by him to be moving up into second place. As we see, Alderfer is not having a good first lap as he runs wide there again. And Hooplicious charges up his inside, which turns it to the outside for him. But he is able to clear the Red Bull as they enter sector 1. So, wow, this is not going too well for Alderfer. Even though he's on those softer tires, looks like he's not able to keep
New Zealand Ryan
the runners
is
on
the inside of Chandler. He makes the move.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, good job by him. It was the Ferrari even makes contact there of Warden. Yeah, Warden tried to make a move there after Ryan on Chandler, and that did not turn out well for him as Chandler shut the door very quickly there. Yeah, it looked like Chandler may have come down on him quite a bit, but to be fair, that was a very late move.
This is some very aggressive driving for only lap 2. There's 28 laps, guys. Calm it down.
Yeah, for sure. And it's race 3 of 21 to add on top of that. So these guys are definitely making some enemies here early, but either way, this is very exciting for us viewers here at home. We got a good crowd in here tonight. Thank you for turning in once again. And yeah, it looks like we're in for it here tonight. China, not usually the greatest race in real life, but you never know what can happen in the Breakout Racing League, and this is great stuff here. As we see New Zealand Ryan making a move on Alderfer, he's going to have him clear before they even get to the hairpin there, so well done by him.
Warden is gaining on Chandler. This is going to be interesting if he makes this move, and
yeah,
Chandler
he's making a look there on the right side. Chandler
deep.
does give him the space, and to the inside goes Warden, and he is going to promote himself up to 7th place. It's been a remarkable start by Warden. I believe he started down in either 13th or 14th, and he's already up to 7th here on lap 3, as Jared sets the fastest lap of the race here early. Here they are all coming in the first corner, and by the way, lap 3 signifies the opening of the DRS. The drivers now have that rear wing as a tool accessible to them to make an overtake on the driver 1 second ahead. So Steezy is in the pits, so yeah, he probably picked up some damage there.
Yeah, it looked like he was going pretty slow.
Tires are going to be for him. Yeah, it looks like he's putting on another set of mediums here.
No, it looks like the hards.
Is it hards? It's yellow. Oh, he's got a penalty. I think they're holding him in the pits there. But either way, we're going to tune back up into the leaders here. Boss Cookie is definitely not running away from Jared here whatsoever. Jared is only 3/10 off of him through the Estes section of Sector 2. Well done by Jared to be holding on through these very fast, high-speed corners. Either way, let's see what he could do as they get through the spoon corner coming up here onto the back straightaway. You see New Zealand Ryan is actually starting to put together a good comeback here early as he was half spun into the first corner. Something happened to Taylor Clan.
Taylor
Clan did go around and he lost his end plate there on the inside wall. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him as he's also running that number 24 here tonight. But man, definitely not a good start by the Ferrari there.
The biggest gainers so far in 3 laps. Hooplicious is up 11 places. He started in 14th position. He is already up to 3rd. He's on the podium. And Warden
Good job by Hooplicious.
Warman is battling right now with BRL Alderford Jr. and Warden
yes, we ride on board with Alderford as they come to the final corner. Warden is able to make the move before they even get there. So good job by him to be promoting himself into 6th place as New Zealand Ryan says the fastest lap at 135.6, mind me. Here they are going to the first corner. And yeah, Alderford, once again, not the start that he's been hoping for here on those soft compound tires. He actually pokes there to the inside of the Ferrari of Warden, but not close enough
Warden
to make a
is
move.
through. That is his 10th position gained in 4 laps.
Yes,
Warden
it is.
Flying right now.
Yeah, good stuff by Warden for sure. As Chandler's now going to be on, he's going to be putting the offensive here on BRL Alderford Jr. as they enter the 2nd sector. Yeah, it looks like Alderford's already starting to suffer. The soft compound tire is already losing some time here early. Those tires do warm up very quickly and overheat on him. It looks like that surely has happened as he runs wide there going through the high-speed left-hander.
Yeah, train is starting to form back from 7th to 11th, and anything could happen. It's all being caused by Alderford Jr. on the soft tires.
Ooh, as wide goes Chandler Seda right there. Very wide goes Chandler as he's trying to follow in the dirty air there of the Ferrari.
Oh, and
the Red Bull ahead as B-Dunk goes very wide. Yeah, it goes to the inside there, puts himself out of position though, going into the next corner as he actually touches the curb on the left side, which really stalls his momentum, allowing Fern to get ahead as
Chandler passed
here they are going down the back straightaway. Looks like B-Dunk is going to be trying to make a double overtake here. Now he's side by side with the Haas and Meanford going to the hairpin here, hard on the brakes they both are. It looks like B-Dunk will be able to secure that position as now we see New Zealand Venom trying to make a move on B-Dunk as well as Mean Fern here going to the final corner. Let's see what Venom could do. Is he's going to, he has a better turn in, but Mean Fern was able to stick the corner a little bit better there. And he's going to hold on to 9th place.
Already. After 5 laps, he was really struggling on those soft tires. That soft tire.
It's funny you say that. He didn't even do 5 laps. They're only starting lap 5, so he did 4. So yeah, very poor start here for those soft compound tires on Alderford Jr.
And did Jared get by Boss Cookie? I think he did. He did. We missed it. And
Boss Cookie
Boss Cookie just ran to the back of Jared, but he's on his gearbox. So this should be interesting.
So our apologies for missing that. There was a lot of action there in the midfield. We managed to lose the battle for the lead. So yeah, BRL Jared is your leader here early on lap 5 of the Chinese Grand Prix. Looking to repeat what he did here at Melbourne earlier in the season.
And
but
the top
you never
5,
know what can happen here as New Zealand Ryan is not too far back, and we know how fast he is at this racetrack.
And the top 5 are all separated only by 3 seconds.
For sure. Actually, the second we noticed he took the lead, Jared ran very wide there, entering the 3rd sector. Looks like Boss Cookie is going to have the DRS on him going down this very long back straightaway. He's going to open that DRS. Let's see what Boss Cookie can do. We're right on board with Boss Cookie. Can he close in enough to shape up a move? And it does not appear that he will be able to. But he does get a lot closer thanks to that DRS.
DRS Ham Newton tries to switch back.
Oh, his hoop goes very wide indeed. Contact there between the front axle and rear axle of Ham Newton and Hoopalicious. But Ham is able to get around Hoop there, who ran very wide. And Warden is actually now up to 6th place there. In the back, it looks like we have more passing as B-Dunk now goes past Chandler Seda for 7th place. So a lot of action here early as we still have that massive train from 7th place on back, all the way back to the racing point in 14th place. So great racing here already on lap 6.
Is there an AWS option where I could see the tire? No, I'm kidding. I wish.
Well, either way,
side
by side there, coming to the 2nd corner is Chandler with Mean Fern. It looks like Chandler's going to be able to stay ahead of Mean Fern there in 8th place. B-Dunk's starting to get away from them ahead, 5/10 up on the drivers behind. He is. As here they are going through that hairpin. Yeah, it looks like a rough corner there for Chandler as Mean Fern is trying to make a move there. You see, I guess Saxman's shaping up moves here. Yeah, it looks like he did get around EGC Sparky's. Well done by Saxman, but either way, back up to the battle for 8th place. Actually, now the battle for 9th place as Venom is taking a look up there on the inside of Mean Fern. Yeah, Mean Fern under fire as he's also trying to put the Rocket Williams of Chandler Seda under pressure here. So a lot of battling back and forth between all these guys.
New Zealand Ryan has really closed to Ham Newton in Sector 2. They're going down the back straightaway now. And he's going to have DRS, and Ham Newton's not going to have DRS. I don't know if he's a little bit too far back to get him here. I think he is, but on the front straightaway, he might have a possibility to get pretty close to him and maybe get him.
Yeah, we'll tune back into that in 1 second. We see all these guys with the DRS wide open down the straightaway. Mean Fern taking a look to the right there of Chandler Seda, but not close enough to shape up a move as Mean Fern actually gets put under pressure there by Venom, who made a look up the inside there in the hairpin. Looks like Ham was able to go on the defensive well against New Zealand Ryan, as we see no one is pitting just yet here on lap 7. See all the drivers still staying on the racetrack.
So Axeman is gaining on Deer Hunter right now, going into 1. And he backs out of a move.
Not close enough to make the move. Is actually looks like the McLaren of Sparky is making a move there on the inside of Sax. Yeah, he shoves Saxman wide there.
Easy, boys.
Giving me vibes of Alonso shoving Vettel wide there in 2018. But yeah, looks like he's able to make the move back on Saxman, but not entirely, as he's going to try and take a look here.
And
down the inside goes EGC Sparky. Yeah.
Oh, and contacted.
Oh, yes, he actually pushes.
Yeah,
he pushes the Toro Rosso of Saxman very wide right there. So not good for Saxman. He actually loses a spot to Andre Miri there. He's now moving himself up to 13th place. So here they are going through the second sector. Yeah, Saxman definitely the big loser in that one. But we got to try and get back up here. It looks like New Zealand Ryan is very close on Ham Newton, who runs a bit wide here, getting out to the banked corner.
It's Chandler.
Yo, flags. Oh, it looks like we've lost Chandler here.
Chandler's around.
Yeah, Chandler is around. Yeah, he lost it coming out of that kink. It's a very tough corner to get the power down, but we've got to get back up to the battle for third place. It looks like New Zealand Ryan is going to make a move here to the left of Ham Newton, who goes defensive to the right. Side by side to the hairpin, and it looks like he's going to try and cross him over here. To the right side now goes New Zealand Ryan. Going to put him out of position here for the final corner, though. So maybe good positioning here by Ham Newton as he is able to hold on to that third position for now. But New Zealand Ryan crosses him again with the DRS open. New Zealand Ryan up into third place as they're still side by side actually going to the first corner, and he has cleared him before they even got there. It's good stuff by New Zealand Ryan to get around Ham Newton.
You know, Danny, I didn't really catch what happened to Chandler, but Chandler does have damage, and it does look like he's going into the pits. I wasn't able to catch what happened, but and he just slams into the pit wall. I think what he was trying to do, I think he was trying to get his wing more damage so the team would actually change it.
Yeah, possibly. I know in AOR they consider that a penalty for purposely wrecking your car, but that'll be something to be looked into then if that is the case. But either way, we got to get back up here. New Zealand Venom is putting Mean Fern in 8th place under fire still here early. We have battling behind them as well. Deer Hunter is only 3/10 ahead of Sparky, and Saxman only 5/10 behind them. Saxman was able to get back around Andre Miri, who was able to capitalize on him getting shoved out wide a lap ago. EGC Sparky once again very close here to Deer Hunter as they get through that corner that has been causing trouble for these drivers. Yeah, Chandler has now spun there twice. He spun in that exact kink in qualifying, and he spun there here in the race as well, so definitely not good by him. As they now enter that final straightaway. Oh, yeah, looks like Deer Hunter actually got caught up on the curb there. EGC Sparky is going to be prime position to make a move here with the DRS open. As we see a train forming behind Deer Hunter. Open the DRS is all these drivers behind him. To the left goes EGC Sparky. Looks like he's going to actually have him clear before they even get to the hairpin as there's contact. No, as Deer Hunter is very hard on the brakes, he's able to get that position back. And EGC Sparky wasn't able to even get past him. Andre Miri tried to make a move there on Saxman, who was able to fend that off. And into the pits goes Sparky. So it looks like he's going to try and undercut these drivers ahead. As we see, Mean Fern was passed by New Zealand Venom. Sorry, we missed that. Yeah, Venom was able to get the move done on Mean Fern. So good job by him to put himself up in 8th place.
That was
Duncan 7th is very far ahead of him. Looks like Venom's got a long way to go before his next overtake.
Deer Hunter positioned his car perfectly on that on the inside of that hairpin. That was textbook. And Saxman is gaining on Deer Hunter. Maybe he goes for the dive bomb. Oh, he does. He does. He absolutely sends it. He sends it, and he makes it work.
Yeah, so well done by Saxman. We caught the very end of that there. Saxman now up into 10th place into the points positions after Deer Hunter put himself out of position there, left the door wide open for Saxman to make that move up the inside. So well done by him. As we see, he runs a bit wide there to Saxman, but that sets him up for a good shot to the kink there to the left.
Danny,
we noticed Dralex was able to make a move on Alderford Jr., so Dralex still trying to put that recovery drive together here. He is your championship leader, reminding you guys here at home.
It looks like second place Boss Cookie's really struggling on those medium tires. He was slipping and sliding through second.
Oh, he's actually behind them. Ham Newton is making a move on New Zealand Ryan, and he's back up into third place. Some good stuff by Ham Newton. He did not let Ryan drive away from him. In fact, he's able to get back around him. So good stuff there as Ryan
is going
pulls into the pits. Yes, there he is with the pits. He's going to try and protect that position off of Ham Newton by getting those fresh tires on early. He was a bit tentative there into the pits, very light. I don't think he maximized the amount of time he could have gained by braking late, but definitely just being safe to not get a penalty. As we now see Warden in the pits there. Is anybody else in the pits? No, it looks like it's just the two of them. New Zealand Venom is in sixth place.
The gap between Boss Cookie and Jared has really stayed the same over the last couple of laps. It keeps fluctuating between 1.5 seconds or between 1.5 and 2 seconds. So it's very tight. Boss Cookie looks like he's kind of struggling a little bit on these medium tires as they wear down after 10 laps.
Well, something interesting actually to mention is that we have no DNF so far, so we still have all 18 runners here that started the race are still currently in the race. So good, thank goodness for that.
I think someone to watch right
18th
now.
Place runner.
Something interesting to watch right now is New Zealand Ryan. If this undercut actually works, he was quite slow in the pits, like you had said. I don't know if he'll come out in front of Ham Newton, but this should be interesting because we know New Zealand Ryan is a quick driver, but he did put on the hard.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he was light into the pits, but New Zealand Ryan, he pitted at a perfect time because what is he 6 seconds behind Andre Miri, so he's got a lot of clean air here to try and improve on that time as he now enters the third sector. A good downshifting by him right there, as you could hear that in the ears. Here he is coming onto the main straightaway. Let's see what this lap can do. As we should probably expect Ham Newton to be pitting here. Let's keep an eye on that as Ham Newton, let's see what he does.
Oh, Ham Newton
stays out on track. So looks like Ham is going for another lap time here. So it's very interesting by him. Yeah, as Boss Cookie's in the pits. Yeah, good you mentioned that. As Boss Cookie is going to come in and put on his hard compound tires. B-Dunk, who was already on the hards, he's going to jump. Oh, yeah, because B-Dunk had the... Didn't B-Dunk have damage early? Did he pit early?
No, B-Dunk started on the hards. He started down in
he
15,
did, yes. Yes, he
started
did.
on the hards with Deer Hunter.
Yeah, so if you're B-Dunk, you just got to stay out here for another few laps and hope a safety car comes. But as we know, safety cars are very scarce in this game.
Oh, and New Zealand Ryan really caught up to Boss Cookie. So the undercut is proven to work. He is on the gearbox of Boss Cookie. And this should be interesting because New Zealand Ryan already has a lap on those tires, so they're worn. Boss Cookie just coming out of the pits. So I'm interested to see if New Zealand Ryan can overtake what is a net second place.
Yeah, for sure. As Jared is still out there on his mediums, interestingly enough, he is yet to pit. If I were him, I'd be pitting here soon because, as you mentioned, New Zealand Ryan is making wonderful inroads here on those hards. As we see him follow Boss Cookie, who runs a bit wide, misses the white line by a good car width there, does Boss Cookie, but either way, looks like he's actually pulling a little bit on Ryan there just for the fact that this very, very tricky complex of corners to follow through due to the dirty air. But very late on the brakes there is New Zealand Ryan as he closes in a good amount of time on Boss Cookie, who goes for a late apex there for a straighter exit, gaining onto that final straightaway. And here he is. Onto the back straightaway is New Zealand Ryan. Let's see what he can do as Boss Cookie goes defensive to the right side. Open to the DRS goes New Zealand Ryan. Who's going to make the move here? Is Boss Cookie going to go left, or is New Zealand Ryan going to go left?
Right.
To the left goes Cookie, and to the right goes Ryan. On the brakes is New Zealand Ryan, but it looks like the better rotation is going to be there for the McLaren of Boss Cookie, who gets the straighter exit out of the hairpin. It's good stuff by him to protect that position.
New Zealand Venom, Mead Fern, Saxman, they're all in the pits. Lap 12.
Yes, they are. As New Zealand Ryan's just the fastest lap of the race. Let's see if he gets around ERS Ham Newton. And yes, he does. The ERS Ham Newton lost a lot of time there by staying out those next couple laps. New Zealand Ryan very close to Boss Cookie here as they go through the snail section of the first couple corners. As Warden sets the fastest lap at a 1:35.0. Got a lot of stuff going on here. The order is getting really shaken up by these pit stops as Warden is in 9th place. I believe Warden was further up the grid here, but may have lost out by pitting later than the rest of the field. As New Zealand Venom is right on his tail.
I'm surprised that BRL Jared is still out there. It should be interesting to see where he comes out because New Zealand Ryan and Boss Cookie really showed how pitting 1 or 2 laps early, cost Ham Newton because of those two pitting. So, I mean, BRL Jared, he's got a 13-second gap to B-Dunk, but hey, it's going to be interesting to see where he comes out.
Yeah, I find this interesting as well because in week 1 at Melbourne, BRL Jared almost lost the race to Dralix due to an undercut. So you would think that going forward he would look to try and protect that undercut, but it looks like he isn't here tonight. Let's see if he does another lap. No, there he is coming to the pits. So let's see where this will promote him here.
B-Dunk's going to inherit the lead on the hards.
Yeah, he will, but once again, B-Dunk has not pitted yet. For those of you watching at home, I'm confused about the strategy here. B-Dunk has started on those hards, so Here he is. He's going to be the leader for another few laps here. If he
Is a
stays
very
out longer to
clean
put
pit
on
stop
those
for
mediums
BRL
later
Jared.
on. Yep, let's see
And
where
there-
Jared
and-
is promoted here.
Boss
Let's see
Cookie-
where he is. It's-
Oh, and Andre has DRS on Deer Hunter. It should be interesting going down to the 1. Oh man. BRL Jared comes out right in front of Deer Hunter. Wow, that was very, very close. You had
Yeah, so it
Andre
looks like
trying to
Jared
make a
timed
move.
Jared timed that pit stop to perfection to not put himself under pressure here and get overtaken. But either way, these guys are very close to him, as New Zealand Ryan is only a good second behind Jared here, so he lost a lot of time staying out on those tires, as New Zealand Ryan now makes a move down the inside of Andre Miri, the Racing Point.
Oh,
He's
he
going to have him
absolutely
cleared before
said
they even
that.
get to the exit of the corner. So it's a good move there by the Renault of New Zealand Ryan, as his next victim is Deer Hunter on the hards, which he started on similarly to B-Dunk. So yeah, Deer Hunter and B-Dunk are flying the flag on those hard compound tires, but it looks like there's roadblocks right now for the drivers behind Jared. So Jared is a big fan of Deer Hunter right now at the moment, I would say. Here's there entering the third sector. Looks like Andre Miri is actually be under pressure for Boss Cookie here. Boss Cookie should be making a move down this down this back straightaway, but it's gonna be very tough for him to make the move, I believe, because Andre will have the. As Andre spins and Boss Cookie goes straight into him, so it's contact and huge damage there from the McLaren of Boss Cookie.
I'm sticking
Andre
with-
lost it right in
I'm
front of
sticking
him.
with Deer Hunter and New Zealand Ryan, and New Zealand Ryan was able to make that pass. So he's only a second and a half away from BRL Jared now, and the two Renault teammates are in second and third.
Bless you, John, for keeping an eye on that. There was big contact there going onto the back straightaway between the McLaren as well as the Racing Point. But yes, good job keeping up with that. New Zealand Ryan is promoting himself into third place. Second place is BRL Jared, so let's see if he can catch up to him. He is he's got 3 laps. As he picks up he sped.
Oh man.
Yeah, he had lost a lot of front wing there after that contact. He probably misjudged. He probably misjudged the amount of downforce he's lacking and locked them up and sped it to the pits.
That's
not good at all.
That's absolutely so unlucky for Boss Cookie. You know, he was up there in 5th place, and oh man, I feel for him right now.
Yeah, Boss Cookie, once again, he DNF'd the last 2 races as well as his teammate Sparky, who's currently in 10th place. So the woes from the McLarens appear to be continuing, at least for Boss Cookie. You just see Sparky still in the points at the moment. But yeah, there's still time for it to go wrong for him, as we're only halfway through this race. And I just feel like those McLarens are snake bit here early in the season. It's just nothing's going right for them.
Could be interesting.
New Zealand Ryan is only 1.8 seconds behind his teammate here, but once again, he does have 4-lap older tires. It'll be interesting to see if Jared can pull away from him.
DRS Ham Newton can make a move here on the back straightaway. He's really
as Deer Hunter goes to the right
gaining.
side, Ham's going to have him clear before they even get to the corner. This will be an easy pass for the Rocket Williams there of ERS Ham Newton. Up into 4th place he goes. Good stuff by him. That's provisionally 3rd place after all the accidents, as well as B-Dunk being out there on those hards still.
It reminds
give
me
B-Dunk
of
some credit to be 6.8 seconds ahead of Jared. He's had a very good stint on these hards, so good stuff by B-Dunk for sure.
When you said Rocket Williams, my mind automatically thinks of the meme of the Rocket Williams. So.
Okay.
All
right. Anyways,
okay.
back to
I
the
guess nobody got that.
Back to the race. Looks like our Renaults are your provisional 1-2 runners at the moment. This is good for them as they are second. I believe they are second place in the constructors. Yes, they are at 50 points right now. And they're going to try and make inroads here on the Mercedes, who are your point leaders and not having a good race whatsoever. Down in 8th and 10th are Venom and Hydraulics. So this is a good race for sure for the Renault team.
Actually, Venom
looks like New Zealand Ryan has lost. Yeah, interestingly, and yeah, we'll take a look on that. But good thing to note is that Jared is driving away from Ryan here. He's pulled out a good 3/10 over the last couple laps here. It looks like those that overcut that he did on his teammate is starting to pay off here as those hards are starting to wear a little bit on Ryan. So good stuff by Jared to be able to pull away here. This B-Dunk is now only 5.8 seconds ahead of Jared. Jared could see him at the end of that straightaway, so he's got him in his sights now. Either way, yeah, we'll take a look at Venom here, who is decently close to the Ferrari of Warden ahead, only 0.8 back. Let's see if he's going to be close enough to make a move into the hairpin, though. Out of that banked corner they go, and it looks like the DRS will be... open for the Mercedes.
Oh,
there it
he's
is,
too
wide
far
open
back.
the rear wing is, and yeah, he's going to be too far back, but he will be a lot closer than he was starting the straightaway, and possibly might even be able to make a move next time around. So we'll keep an eye on that later on. As it looks like not too much going on right now other than those two.
Oh, there's a
yeah,
caution
yellow flag in
sector.
sector 3.
Oh, and
as
it's
Boss Cookie goes around.
Oh, man.
Oh, so the nightmare for Boss Cookie continues, yeah.
I feel for Boss Cookie, man. Oh, and he
as
goes
he
around
spins out again.
Oh.
So this has
Oh,
been,
poor
yeah,
guy.
once again, this is going to be a third no point event here for Boss Cookie. It looks like he might even retire as he's paused the game as he spins again. He's just giving us some donuts here in the back straightaway. That stewards may even look into that. It looks like he's not even making an effort to get any control on his car. But yeah, it looks like that's the end of it for Boss Cookie here today. Very unfortunate because he was leading early. It was in prime position to finish second. So
he better get out of the way.
In sector 3. He spun again.
Yeah, he spun again. Oh, and he's
Yeah, this is definitely something they're going to be looking into. Is he's now just purposely spinning out here. That's
and the leader.
Yeah, either way, B-Dunk is going to have to. Yeah,
now.
B-Dunk, the leader, is coming right past it.
Oh,
thank God he's ghosted.
Okay, he's on the bottom of the track. That's
good.
That's not very cool for Boss Cookie. I don't like that. I don't
no,
like
it's
that
not.
At all.
Not at all.
And Ublicious could make a move on Deer Hunter here. He's gaining with DRS down to the hairpin. I think he might be a little bit too far back.
Yeah, but he's not going to be close enough to commit. But he does send it hard on the brakes to the outside, goes Ublicious, but not close enough to get the rotation around Deer Hunter, who struggles to put the power down as he fishtails to the right side of the track. And there he is as the pits goes Deer Hunter as well for B-Dunk. So yeah, they both pitted on the same lap, did those hard compound runners. And it looks like that'll be the first pit stop and final pit stop for them as Boss Cookie is finally retired from the session after speeding to the pit lane. Yeah, it's going to be 3 DNFs now for Boss Cookie, and definitely he's going to have some explaining to do up to that.
B-Dunk comes out in 7th, so B-Dunk could be on for maybe a 4th or 5th place finish. So it wouldn't be too shabby
this
for him.
This has actually been an excellent race by B-Dunk for sure, as he's up in the 7th place here, and he's going to have the fresher, faster rubber as this race continues. We have a yellow flag in Sector 1 to Deer Hunter go around. It looks like he lost a spot. Not sure what the yellow flag was for, but someone went around. I wasn't able to. Back here looks to be making a move on Andre Miri going into the first corner. He's got the DRS open, but not close enough to make a move at all. But he's going to try and follow that up down the following straightaway for sure. What were you trying to say?
Danny, I don't know what happened with Deer Hunter. All of a sudden he came out of the pits and there was a yellow flag. I don't know, maybe he slowed down. Maybe someone was making a pass. I have no clue. I wasn't able to catch it, but he's back on the track now, so.
Yeah, well, either way, looks like things have settled down here for a little bit. BRL Jared is your leader, as you can see there on the left side of the screen. He's 2.2 seconds ahead of New Zealand Ryan, his teammate. He's only pulled away another couple tenths since, I think it was about, maybe 10 minutes ago I mentioned that it looked like he was pulling away on his teammate. Oh, we have a yellow flag at Sector 2. What's that all about? Try to scroll down through here. Did anyone go around? It is Chandler. Yeah, so something happened to Chandler there as he's lost in a couple positions. Now he's in 14th place.
Behind Oliver
so
Jr.
Chandler's woes in this race are continuing. This has not been the start to the season that he's been looking for whatsoever.
And I think Oliver Jr., man, he really, the strategy of the softs to the mediums, I don't think that was a very solid move. And Saxman, oh my good God. ETC Sparky and Deer Hunter Saxman.
Oh yeah, now
going
here it is. We got a three-way battle here for 11th place. Going in. 10th place, mind me, as they go down the front straightaway. It's going to be the DRS Open for the 2 Red Bull themed cars there, Saxman and Oliver. As they try and split the McLaren, there is a bit of contact. And down around goes Saxman. Yeah, so looks like he went in a bit too hot up there on the inside of Sparky and made some contact with the rear axle there, and his car was pirouetted around and spun. So that's unfortunate for Saxman, who was on pace for a good points finish here of 10th place. So that's unfortunate for him for sure.
I think that was a little bit too aggressive on Saxman's part, Danny. I don't know about you, but he really tried to switch on to the right real quick, and I don't think he was clear.
He runs wide there, and especially. It looks like it's all going down here for Saxman as he runs wide in the following corners. But definitely overcommitted, I would say.
Danny, there's a really good battle for 6 right now. B-Dunk could have DRS.
Yeah, for sure, as B-Dunk has gotten close to Venom. That is for sure. As he's going to open that DRS now, going down the back straightaway. We'll ride on board with B-Dunk and see who makes the defensive move or who makes the overtaking move. To the right goes Venom, to the left goes B-Dunk. Down hard on the brakes he goes. Can he get the move done around the outside? It looks like It looks like Venom's going to try and squeeze him there a little bit, and he's able to hold that position there on the inside. Good stuff by him. But either way, they're going to get onto the next straightaway, and B-Dunk's going to have another dose of DRS right here. Open does the rear wing go. To the right side goes B-Dunk. Down the inside goes B-Dunk as they approach the first corner, and he's going to have Venom cleared before they even get to the corner. So well done by B-Dunk. Make a textbook overtake right there by him. So good stuff there. As his next victim is Warden, who is not very too far ahead. Louis sees he can actually just see him now coming out of turn number 2. So B-Dunk is definitely going to be coming on here late in the race.
Danny, New Zealand Ryan has actually closed up a little bit to the back of Jared. I think the gap was 2.2 seconds, and now it's 1.87. I don't know if BRL Jared is saving some ERS, but the gap is coming down little by little in New Zealand Ryan's favor.
Sure. He may not be done with this race just yet. Look, Jared maybe thought he was.
Yellow flag, sector 1. It's
we have the yellow flag, sector 1. What has happened?
Sparky's in the wall.
So the McLarens once again. This has just not been their, this has not been their season, may I add. They've had a nightmare first 3 races. If he quits here, that's 3 DNFs for both of the McLarens here.
I think he's about to retire. He's in the gravel. He's not making an effort to get out of the gravel very quickly. So I think he just sees Sparky's race is over.
Yeah, for sure. As we see Dralex now is only 1 second behind Mean Ferns. Looks like he's going to be trying to close in on him here late in the race. As we now crossing the line, we have 9 laps here left the race. 20 out of 28. We got a complete lap 20. Everyone forgets to count that extra lap. So it is 9 to go here in the race. VRL Jared is your leader once again. And as you mentioned, New Zealand Ryan is closing in a little bit there as we have a yellow flag again. Is Sparky round again?
It's Stizzy. No,
yeah,
it's
Sparky.
Stizzy.
Oh my gosh.
It was Stizzy.
As Sparky is spun out again.
Oh, both of them. Stizzy lost it in Sector 2 going into Sector 3. He lost it in the double left-hander, the kink that you've been talking about all night.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Oh, man. So once again, the McLarens, I apologize. Looks like we even cursed you again here before the race even started in qualifying.
Yeah,
Sam, you maybe get your form on pace here tonight. Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm so sorry, guys. That's the commentator's curse,
Well, either way, yeah, Steezy's going to try and get Steezy now just has a double lockup here into the hairpin. Wide he goes there now in the gravel trap. He may even lose it again in the final corner. But, yeah, we'll try to look away from that and pay attention to the leaders, as it is now only 1.5 seconds between BRL Jared and New Zealand Ryan.
Actually,
we closed in a good few tenths there on that last lap. As we see, is that for 5th place you're about to mention?
Yeah. We got a battle warming up right here. B-Dunk, who's on 3 laps of the mediums, versus Warden in 5th place. He's on 10 laps of the hards. B-Dunk has an extreme advantage over him. It should be interesting to see when he makes this move. I think next lap, maybe the lap after that, there's a yellow flag in Sector 3, and I think it's Stizzy. No, it's Sparky. Sparky's around again.
Sparky's around again, but never mind that. Looks like B-Dunk is in the DRS range there of Warden, as he's only 9 tenths behind. Warden runs a bit wide there, clipping the grass on the entry, but it looks like he will be too far ahead for B-Dunk to make a move this time around. And also keeping an eye on the left, it looks like Jared has opened up another couple tenths on Ryan, so it's kind of cat and mouse between the two of them at the moment. No clear winner yet for the leader, though, for sure.
I think this is the end of the McLarens. I'm not sure if Sparky is going to retire from the session, but he is in the pit lane, and he's going on the soft, so he's going to stay out. It looks like VRSR Draxlex. Draxlex. Oh, he's very... Dralex, my bad. I'm sorry. He got past Mean Fern, but he was slipping and sliding. But hey, he made the move done. He
got it done.
Done.
Sparky picks up another across the pit exit white line. So Sparky's race is just it's gone from bad to worse to nightmare for sure.
And New Zealand Ryan is
looking at that. Dralex and Venom were both behind the Haas of Mean Fern not too long ago, but off screen it looks like they were able to get that overtake done. So well done by the Mercedes to try and salvage some points here. Hasn't been the race that they've been looking for.
B-Dunk might be able to get Warden down here on the straightaway. It should be interesting.
Yeah, for sure, as Warden actually runs a bit wide there in his Ferrari. Looks like it's going to be the DRS Open for B-Dunk. Here he is on that wing. 6 tenths back right now. 5 tenths as he's closing in. But is he close enough to make a move? who brakes harder, and it looks like Warden will be harder on the brakes as he's able to protect that position, at least so far. As we see B-Dunk gets even closer, though, as they exit the corner, thanks to his higher grip on those B-Dunk compound tires. Through the final corner they go. B-Dunk opening the DRS he is. Into the slipstream of Warden he is. And let's see if he can make a move to the first corner. Tucked on that slipstream he is, but it looks like he is not close enough to make a move. So, once again, Warden is just hanging on here for another lap, I believe.
Oh, he could go up on the inside. Oh, B-Dunk.
Yes. There's even contact there between B-Dunk and Warden. And it looks like Warden's going to try and squeeze him there on the right, but B-Dunk is wise enough to not go to the right side of Warden there on exit. But yeah, there was contact for sure. I think it was maybe a bit of a clumsy move there by B-Dunk. Definitely wasn't worth throwing up the inside there. Of the first corner, it's a Titan radius, and that Warden was just taking the racing line. I don't think I would have made that move for sure.
Danny, there's been some really aggressive driving tonight. I think these stewards need to look at some of this. It's been very hectic. I know there's only one retirement, but I mean this race has been extremely exciting, and people are touching and banging wheels all the time. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. As
every time we turn,
Sparky put on the soft compound tires. I don't know what he thinks he's doing here because I think it has been confirmed to me that you can only get that point for fastest lap if you're in the points positions. I believe it is. So
you might be doing a service to everybody to take away that point from BRL Jared or New Zealand Ryan or whoever has it. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Well, either way, B-Dunk is in the slipstream here once again, but it looks like Warden had a very good lap after they made contact at the first corner. B-Dunk is actually further away this lap than he was last lap, so he was not even able to take a look there on Warden. But either way, he does have a very good back straightaway and hairpin sequence as he's now only 3/10 behind the Ferrari. Opening the DRS goes B-Dunk. He's in the slipstream of Warden. It looks like he may be close enough to make a move. Warden hugging that white line on the right side.
Oh, he's going to go around the outside. Oh, he switches back to
No, he doesn't. As he fakes him out, and crosses him over going into the first corner. So well done by B-Dunk there. That was an excellent overtake for sure.
Bravo to B-Dunk. That was a fantastic move. Moving out to the outside,
that was a nice
breaking
bluff
early.
there.
Oh, man. That's textbook.
Yeah, so B-Dunk now promoted up into 5th place, and he is 4.4 seconds behind his teammate Hoopalicious. Let's see if he's actually able to close him in there as Sparky does set the fastest lap. Woohoo.
What a guy. What a guy.
Up in the lead is BRL Jared, 1.5 seconds ahead of Ryan. So it looks like it is kind of stalled out here, 1.5.
So caution in sector 1, yeah.
It's Sparky.
Is it Sparky?
All right.
Oh, what a shame.
It is Sparky.
What a shame.
Yeah. Well, either way, as I was trying to say, Jared and Ryan is kind of stalled out here. It's been between 1.5 and 1.7 the last several laps by me. As looks like New Zealand Ryan actually got to give him some credit here. He's on 3-lap older tires, and he's been able to hold it tight with his teammate, who has been very, very high on the pace here tonight. So good job by him. Yellow flag sector 2. Yeah, it's just Sparky retired from the session. So yeah, he's finally called it quits here tonight.
The McLarens are starting out with 3 nightmares of races. That's crazy. They got to get something going.
So three double DNFs for the McLarens here to start the season. They have to get their season on pace here, starting next week at Baku, where crazy stuff happens. The McLarens might even get a win there. We know how track works, so see what they can do a week from now. But either way, looks like we've got Warden taking a look back here on B-Dunk. He's not let him get away over that last lap. He's only 4/10 back. It was even poking up the inside to turn 1.
B-Dunk didn't really have the best turn 1. I did see him go off in the grass a little bit. But I'm interested to see if B-Dunk could get up to his teammate Hooplicious. I know there's only 5 laps to go, but B-Dunk is on 7 laps of medium tires. But he might have to be worried about Warden, who's coming back at him almost. He's only 4/10 away.
Yeah, for sure. Even though those hards are older, the hards are going to have the better longevity as these laps close out, because we all know those mediums, those softer compound tires do tend to burn off late in their run.
And it is lap 24, remembering the tragedy that happened last week in the death of Kobe Bryant. Danny, would you like to have a moment of silence?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, actually, we'll hold on to that here as they finish out this lap. All right, well, here they are starting lap 25. Once again, we apologize to the family of the Bryants. Either way, back up to the lead. It is Jared, who's 1.6 seconds and 1.5 ahead of Ryan. Once again, that is continuing to fluctuate between a 1 and 2 second interval of 1.5 and 1.7.
the gearbox of B-Dunk going down into turn 1. He does have DRS. It's open. I'm not sure if he could do the same move that B-Dunk pulled on him, but it should be interesting.
Yeah,
Maybe
it wasn't close
Warden,
enough that time. Yeah.
And Saxman gets the fastest lap away from EGC Sparky.
Yeah, but either way, it looks like Warden is not finished with B-Dunk whatsoever, as he's now only 4/10. He's closer this lap than he was last lap. So maybe B-Dunk, he might have used up his stuff here. He was pushing really hard on those mediums early in his second stint.
And he can't see his Alfa Romeo teammate Hooplicious right up the road, so this should be interesting to see. You know, I mean, is he 3 seconds? Yeah, he's 3 seconds away from Hooplicious.
That is very funny, actually, because Warden has been catching B-Dunk here in the last couple laps, but Hooplicious has also been losing a ton of time. So it looks like B-Dunk maybe isn't just off the pace, maybe just that Warden is driving very well here for sure.
And New Zealand Ryan looks like he's closing. He's almost in DRS range. You know, he got the gap down to 1.2 seconds coming out of the the banking turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, here they are going on to that back straightaway. It looks like Warden's going to try and close in the gap here in B-Dunk, as B-Dunk had done the last few laps before making his overtake himself. Open the wing of the Ferrari is right about now. There it is, and it's just going to be a game of getting closer here for the front straightaway. Definitely not close enough to make an overtake, at least I would hope he thinks that way. As yes, he does. He's on the brakes at the proper time. Is Warden. They're going on to the front straightaway very shortly.
I've seen some very interesting stuff here in China. There's been some drivers in the past and past league races that I've been in that there's been some very, very questionable moves. So you never know. Anything can happen. So Mean Fern looks like he's closing into VSR. He's 6/10 away. This could be interesting. It's a battle for 8th and 9th.
That actually is really interesting because, I'm pretty sure Dralix passed him earlier in the stint. So it's nice of Mean Fern here to be able to catch back up to him, yeah.
But the thing is Dralix is on 24 laps of the hearts. Those things have to be screaming here in China.
I did not even notice that. Yeah, Dralix, once again, he spun. He was the one who spun out in the first corner on the first lap here at the start of the race. When I think it was he who came down on New Zealand Ryan, who caused him to half spin. But yeah, he pitted on lap 1. It looks like he's gone the whole race on those hards. And good stuff by him to actually be even in 8th place on those tires. This is an incredible drive by him on those very, very old tires.
And B-Dunk looks like he's closing even more on Hooplicious. The gap is now under 3 seconds. It was 4 seconds last lap. He's getting closer, but Warden is hanging with him on 16 laps of hards. It should be, you know.
Yeah, and actually something a little bit more shocking. New Zealand Ryan was in DRS of Jared. It's 9/10 back. This race for the lead is not over. So we thought it wasn't enough already. The lead is giving us a battle to watch out here for.
So, no, Danny, this is one of the most exciting races. This is one of the most exciting races that I've been a part of. Wow, you know, you got so many very.
Bahrain last week. Yeah. Bahrain last week was very good, but it looks like China is trying to follow it up here with an even better performance. What's for sure, as Ryan is now he actually lost a 10th there through the first few corners. Looks like Jared, with the extra bit of rubber he has by having those fresher hards, is able to give him a little bit more grip. Yeah, as he loses another 10th there, does Ryan. And he gains it back on exit, though. So it looks like maybe Jared fishtailed a little bit coming out of the hairpin. But, man, we'll keep an eye on this the best we can. As we see Warden is only 4/10 off of B-Dunk, who's only 2.5 seconds off of Hooplicious. So these gaps are continuing to close in on each other. We may have a last lap duke it out here for 4th place. But, I don't know. Hooplicious just has to put in a clean lap here, and I think he'll be clear of his teammate. But no matter what B-Dunk does, looks like he will not be free of Warden at all. Here we are as Mean Fern once again is getting very close on Dralix here. They go through that second sector. Dralix is struggling to keep the rear end underneath it. As there he is, he's just going very, very slow on the white line, just holding that racing line.
Warden is within 3:10. I think B-Dunk had a little bit of a. I think he had
actually, we'll ride on board. We'll ride on board here with Warden to see if he can actually make a move on B-Dunk. He's going to open the DRS right here. He's in the slipstream of B-Dunk. Where is B-Dunk going to go? Is he going to hold it to the left, or is he going to go to the right? B-Dunk is going to stay on the left, actually, as he believes Warden wasn't close enough to make a move, and Warden believes he wasn't close enough as well, so he just stays in the slipstream there and brakes at the proper racing line. So here they are, though, going into the front straightaway. He's definitely close enough to make a move if he gets a good exit. It's a bit of a shaky exit, actually, for Warden, as Dralix and Mean Fern are jockeying for position in the background. Mind me for switching between battles right there. Looks like Mean Fern made a move up the inside of a Dralix, but Dralix was able to hold on to it. What's up with Mean Fern?
It looks like Mean Fern has DRS now, and he's opening. He's in overtake mode.
Yeah, for sure. As Mean Fern is going to go to the left side here. To the left goes Mean Fern. Can he go around the outside of VSL Dralix? And yes, he can. But Dralix is able to fight back here in the second stages of this tightening radius corner, and he's going to hold on to that position. Oh, now there's contact between them.
Dralix is around. Oh wait, no,
Dralix
he didn't. He saved it.
He saved it. Oh man, I guess he
Fern's gonna let him go.
Then, but oof.
Mean Fern is going to let him
Yes,
by.
he is. So that's actually very respectful driving.
Yes.
Yeah, Mean Fern definitely tagged him a bit there, but respectful by him to give the position back to Dralix up to 8th place. As I didn't even realize we're on our last lap here. The white flag has been in the air for Jared as he's now approaching the hairpin for the final time. So we lost track of time here. A lot of stuff going on. We got to look at the leaders here. Looks like Jared was able to hold onto that lead ahead of New Zealand Ryan, but something we should mention, I have not paid attention to penalties at all in this race. For all we know, New Zealand Ryan might be about to win this race. Either way, out of the final corner, checkered flag is in the air for BRL Jared as he crosses the line for a 1-2 for the Renaults. And yes, he is your winner as New Zealand Ryan finishes 3/10 back. Looks like Jared may have run out of fuel, actually. He gave up a lot of time in the final couple corners. Either way, ERS Ham Newton is going to cross the line in 3rd place. He's kind of just been in no man's land this whole time after the first stint. Hippolicious in 4th. B-Dunk is going to hold on to 5th place ahead of Warden, who finishes in 6th behind in his Ferrari. Mean Fern gets up the... Yeah, Mean Fern making a move on Dralix here. They're still going at it, but it looks like Dralix is going to be able to hold on to that 8th place as they go to the final corner.
Wow.
And yes, he is. Around the final corner comes these 8th, 9th place runners. Good battle by the two of them to finish 8th and 9th.
I can't believe
by Dralix to hold on to that position.
Drax, he went 27 laps on the hard tire here at the Shanghai International Circuit. That is absolutely insane. What a race!
He's giving me Nico Rosberg at 2014 Russia vibes right there, going the whole race on those harder compound tires. So good stuff by him. As Deer Hunter is your final points position finisher in 10th place. He did 12 laps on his medium, so it looks like the hard to medium strategy did work out decently well for the two who ran it, which were Deer Hunter and B-Donk, who finished 5th and 10th, so nice by them. Good quality drives, I'd say, by the two of them. And Chandler Seda, to finish 11th after the couple spins he had in this race, I'd say is decent, but he definitely wants some points for sure. He's got to get his season back on track. He is the defending champion, and he's only got 10 points here after 3 races. To be fair, he did miss 1, but once again, 10 points in 2 races participated in is definitely not to the standard that we know from him. Either way, that is your final order here, folks. That is the end of the Chinese Grand Prix. We're going to see the podium celebrations here quite shortly. What'd you think of that one, John?
Wow, what a race! Very exciting through it. Now we see the two Renault teammates up there, and the Rockets Williams machine of ERS Ham Newton. Actually, earlier I did say at the beginning, I was watching Ham Newton. He started 7th. I knew he was going to come through the field, so my prediction was right, and him getting a podium. So I'm pretty happy about that. But what a race! Exciting, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, Danny.
Yeah, well, I must formally apologize to BRL Oliver Jr. for making my one to watch. He did not have a good run here tonight, finishing in 13th place after starting on pole. Looks like the softs just weren't kind to him as we expected. That's why all the drivers stayed away from that tire the most they could. But either way, we'll round it out right here. BRL Jared is your winner. 2nd place locks out this 1-2 for Renault here is New Zealand Ryan. 3rd place here is Ham Newton. Those were your podium finishers. And the rest of the grid you can see right there. Hupalicious B-Dunk and following by Warden and New Zealand Venom as well. So once again, looks like I believe the Renaults will take control of the Constructors' Championship here. They came in with a 13-point deficit, and that 1-2 is definitely going to capitalize on the 7-8 by the two of them, Venom and Dralix. So, yeah, already early, but we got some jockeying for position in the championship this early already. That's crazy.
And Danny, you did say on the final lap, you said, I don't know what about penalties. There were no penalties at all throughout that whole race, any drivers. So congratulations to all the drivers.
So clean driving for sure. And it's come to that point where we're able to interview the podium finishers. So we're going to try and get them in here right now. So your winner was BRL Jared, so we'll get him in here first. Invite to party. Let's hope he gets in here. All right, Jared is now in the chat. Just make sure you got that box checked for us. Yay. All right, Jared, we got you. All right, so well done by you here tonight to get a victory here over your teammate, New Zealand Ryan, who was definitely the fastest, I would say, of the bunch tonight. How does it feel to answer a shaky weekend last week at Bahrain with a victory here tonight?
First of all, I'm not sure Ryan was completely the fastest. I think I was quite close to him. But anyway, yeah, last weekend was a disaster because I was on a new wheel. Just wasn't used to it enough. And then, yeah, I said to Ryan earlier in the week I didn't want a podium. I just want to win. So it kind of went well. But yeah, I mean, obviously his race kind of died at turn one with whatever happened. But yeah, quite good, I guess.
Yeah. All right, nice. Well, it looks like when you pitted a good several laps after the drivers behind, which caused him to make some inroads. Was it the plan all along to stay out further than what they did, or was that something that you didn't anticipate for them to pit that early?
I mean, I knew they were going to try and undercut me. I saw Ryan pick quite early as well. I wasn't sure if he'd make it to the end, but yeah, he was still fast at the end. But yeah, I knew I had a couple of seconds in hand. I could go for a few more laps and have the cleaner tires at the end, so that's what I did.
All right, well, just a final question right here with some quick math. I believe you are now our championship leader after Drox had a
Okay.
pretty unfortunate race here tonight. Not the greatest race for him. What do you expect from Mercedes moving forward? They didn't have a great race tonight. Do you think they should bounce back strong at Baku, or do you think you have them under control right now?
I mean, obviously, Drylix is quite fast. He just had a bad race. Venom's getting quicker as well. He just had another bad race. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, the one I'm focusing on is Ryan because obvious reasons. But yeah, should be a good season, hopefully.
Well, congratulations,
congratulations on the
yeah.
victory. Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, man.
Cheers. No worries.
All right, so next we're going to get our second place finisher in here. That would be New Zealand Ryan. We'll try and get him in here shortly.
I was trying to time that up, Danny.
All right, I'll let you do the congratulations this time if you want.
Yes.
All right, New Zealand Ryan. Let's see, where is he? Yep, here he is. All right, let's send him an invite. Let's hope he gets in here. All right, well, we sent him the invite. Looks like he's not joining, at least for the moment.
And third place was ERS Ham Newton. You could get him in here.
Yes, it was. We'll try to get him in here soon. I believe he finished third last week, actually. So, yeah, I mean, maybe not third, but he was on the podium. So we'll be able to talk to him for the second time this season after his more boring race in Australia that he had.
He's very consistent.
Yeah, New Zealand Ryan is not joining the party. It does not appear. We'll try it again. I'll invite him again.
If New Zealand Ryan doesn't join, I think we should invite B-Dunk in here. Oh,
There he is. All right, cool. We got him in here. Just make sure you got that box checked for me, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what a race you had after the first corner. Let's just get your input on that first. What happened in that first corner, man?
I got a better start than the two in front of me, and Red Bull was moving over to the inside, and I was moving over to the inside, and then Trilex is still there, but I didn't know he was still there, and then death.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, I'd say it was a pretty good comeback to be finishing here in second place. It's a second podium now in the two races that you have competed in after not making it to the Melbourne race. Are you happy with your pace so far in the championship, and are you happy with the results?
Yeah, it was a good fight back after the start, and good to get the Renault 1-2 early on. Hopefully, we'll see.
For sure.
But yeah, didn't practice a whole lot, so I'm happy to be up there anyway.
All right, and the last thing we're going to ask you about is next week, I believe we go into the Baku City Circuit. We all know what can happen to that track with long straightaways and heavy braking zones. And what do you think is going to happen there? Do you think we're going to have another similar chaotic race like here tonight, or is it going to be more boring? What do you think?
I'm going to guess with this new patch that there's going to be a few safety cars, so it's probably going to be a bit of a lottery on who wins the race. We'll see.
All right, nice. Well, once again, congratulations on your race tonight, man.
Cheers.
All right. looks like we got to get ERS Ham Newton in here. We're just running short on time. ERS Ham Newton. Let's get him in here.
That
All right,
Baku
John, my
race is
apologies. You could say the congrats this time. I kind of cut him short.
no. It's all good. It's all good. I was about to say that Baku race next week. It should be a really, really good, thrilling race. You know, after seeing this race here at China, you know, China isn't usually the best track for racing, especially in real life. But you know, Baku is going to be something else if these drivers continue to drive like the way they are. You know, it's very very interesting to watch. Oh, and here's the ERS Ham Newton.
All right. Well, Ham, you got me?
I do.
All right. So you got that box checked?
I do.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in here. Congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. It's 2 podiums in a row now after not making the podium in Australia. How do you feel recently?
I'm just trying to run my pace and see where that gets me, to be honest, trying to stay out of trouble. This race, I was definitely disappointed with quali. I should have had a few more attempts out of that for sure. But turn 1 was interesting. I think something happened with the first 2 or 3, and I had to go way off the track because someone tried to avoid it, then hit me. But I was kind of lucky I didn't get wing damage, to be honest. It kind of hit my front wheel, like the guy that was avoiding it. I think it was Jared, or I think it was Jared. So he went around it, I went around it. I was way off the track. When I came back, I didn't really lose positions, I guess. But so then I kept going along and stuff kept happening in front of me, and I found myself in third. So no big mistakes or anything. After the first stint, it was kind of boring, but for me.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, yeah, it was a bit of a drab race there. You had a big gap up front, a big gap behind after all that chaos early. Would you have preferred some battles, or are you happy to walk away with a boring third place?
no, it was fine. I sent it on, who was it, Ryan, at the end of the first stint. I didn't know he was pitting, but I was just like in DRS. I was in overtake. I was like, all right, might as well. And then he went into the pits, but then I stayed out 2 laps, which was probably the wrong choice, but whatever. And then Boss Cookie hit somebody, a back marker, I think. So I got up to third. But I was going to chase down Boss Cookie. That would have been interesting. Like, had Boss Cookie stayed in the race, then it would have been a crazy race for me. It would have been nice.
All right, well, with another podium here tonight is going to promote you up the grid here on the driver's table. You are definitely past New Zealand Venom. Not too sure about Drylix. We'll see how the points total out here at the end. But you haven't necessarily been the fastest driver, possibly the most consistent. Do you think this is going to help you get to a good championship run here by the end of the season?
Hopefully, like I said, I'm just running my pace and seeing where it leaves me. But yeah, I'm trying to stay out of trouble, trying to place my car where it needs to be. And it's worked out so far. I was disappointed with Australia, but the other races, yeah, it's been cool.
Well, congratulations, ERS Ham Newton, on a great race tonight and third place.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time, man.
Of course.
All right, well, I guess that's going to round out our broadcast here for round 3 of the Breakout Racing League here from the Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese Grand Prix. Thank you for tuning in again here tonight. We'll see you next week in Baku.